Whenever questions start duplicating themselves, repeating over and over again, then I figure that it's time to do a webcam to address them. Now, there are two questions that seem to follow that category of repetition. One is, why does the law of attraction not work for many people who seriously desire a better life? The answer is, there is a conflict between the conscious and subconscious content. Let's go to the next one now. Another question. Why am I stuck spiritually and don't seem to find peace and freedom despite all kinds of practices and methods followed? Because there is a conflict between the conscious and subconscious content. So the answer is in both cases the same. But let's go into what that means. I call it the Trinity. The Trinity of conscious, subconscious, and superconscious being. And we are all three. So this Trinity is really one. And it is that one that we find peace and freedom. Let's take the first one. You know, the conscious mind is what most people use all the time. They live and die using only the conscious mind. They attempt to solve all their problems, deal with their fears according to their conditioned past, which is, of course, the conscious mind. But here is an interesting point about the conscious mind, which we take to be reality, which we take to be real, which we use all the time, and we never go any deeper than that. The conscious mind only uses about maybe 6-7% of consciousness, and we live a whole lifetime just with that limitation. That is most people. But then we have the subconscious mind that we hardly ever go into, and the subconscious mind is a staggering storehouse of memory. In fact, what keeps your heart beating, what makes your blood circulate, what digests your food, assimilates, eliminates, what makes the world appear real. After all, it's a concoction of the subconscious belief system. You see, there is one law about the subconscious mind, which is a powerhouse, which is tremendous, and it is this. Very few people are aware of this, that the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the real and unreal. It simply produces whatever you believe is so, and it manifests it. Now, there are two aspects of the subconscious mind. Incredible, breathtaking memory. It remembers everything that has ever happened to you in the past. Every experience is embedded in your cellular memory. In fact, your body is subconscious. And then it has another aspect besides memory. It's called creativity. It creates whatever you believe is real. Whether real or not is immaterial. It simply manifests it. If you say for a moment, I am sick, whether you are or not, if you really believe you are sick, the subconscious will produce those symptoms almost immediately. So you see, you are a product of what you're subconsciously telling yourself. You have such incredible power that is unbelievable. People come to me and they say, oh, my life is so miserable, and I'm, there's so much negativity going on inside me, and there's nothing I can do, and I feel helpless, blah, blah, blah. And I say, listen to that. See how much power you have? You have produced a miserable life by simply convincing and telling your subconscious mind that this is true. And it manifests it. Wherever you look, wherever you go, it proves itself over and over again. If you have anger in you and or you detest angry people, then you'll find almost every day confronted with angry people because you draw them to you, the law of attraction. You see? But of course we think of the law of attraction as what we tell ourselves consciously. But if the conscious mind contradicts the subconscious mind, which does in most cases anyway, then there's the conflict. For example, here's an example how there's a conflict between the conscious and subconscious mind. I'm a hypnotherapist and I've been doing it for 30 years. I call it supersentience. And a very common one is people come to me and they say, I really have a strong desire to awaken. And in all intents and purposes, they are very sincere. And I believe them, that they mean it. But then, as we explore the subconscious, we'll discover something else, which contradicts it. A lurking fear of ego death. It's subtle, but it's there. And as long as there is a fear of ego death, it is almost impossible to awaken spiritually. So you see, we have to know that our life at the moment, how you think, how you feel, how you see people, everything around you is an exact replica of what you're telling yourself and what your subconscious is accepting as true. But you see, the life around us, everyday life, has nothing to do with truth or not truth. It is what you believe. It is all thought. Believe it or not. It is all thought. The world is really the dream of the mind. But then, when the conscious and subconscious are aligned, now we enter the superconscious state. The superconscious state is pure awareness, is who you really are and have always been. It is the now. Now sometimes people think, oh, I like to live in the now. The truth is, you don't live in the now. You are the now itself. It is your superconscious state. I like to call it supersentience. But that's what my work is, bringing supersentience into being. This supersentience or superconsciousness is awakened when the conscious and subconscious are aligned. And then we begin to see the tremendous power that is in our consciousness. Look around you. That's the power. The mind is a powerful thing, but there is something more powerful than thought, than memory, than creativity, and that we call the superconscious state, the state of freedom, the state of love, the state of peace, the state of joy, the true state of your being, knowing your identity as pure awareness. So, this is how we attain peace and freedom, through understanding and abiding by the Trinity. If you have questions, please refer to my booklets on my webpage, www.burtharding.com, and there are many free booklets you can download which will give you this information. Okay? Thank you.